Hello and welcome back to Knots Tonight. It might have been a damp and gloomy Monday, but let's brighten things up a little bit with some Knots chit-chat. Joining me on the sofa this evening, he's won Close-Up Magician of the Year twice. He never ceases to amaze me. It's magician Roy Bond, everybody. Give him a round of applause. That beard never ceases to amaze me. And she'll get you feeling like you can climb Mount Kilimanjaro, do a little dance and then run back down. It's Mel Berry from Sport Nottinghamshire. Welcome.
Thank you.
Happy Monday. You look real happy.
Well, yeah, we are.
Oh, good. Let's go then. First up tonight, legendary comedian Chris Rock will be in Nottingham next year for a stand-up performance at the Motorpoint Arena. It's his first UK tour in 10 years. If you manage to get yourself tickets, you can forget showing off snaps and videos of the man on your social media because there's a strict ban on cameras, mobiles and all other recording devices. Roy, as a performer yourself, what do you make of that?
I can understand it. I think you pay 50, 60, 70 pounds for a ticket to go and see someone like that and you end up watching it through your phone. Yeah. You may as well stay at home and get the DVD in that case. It's almost like a throwback to the old days, I imagine, when there was no such thing as everybody standing there with the light shining, filming everything, because in reality, are you really going to watch back a performance on your phone that you've just filmed there? No, because the sound's going to be rubbish and the camera's going to be shaky, so you may as well just live in the moment and just focus on it, enjoy it, switch off for a couple of hours and just take it for what it is, which is what it is. At the same time, Mel, you've got to feel bad for those who maybe love Chris Rock that much that they want to show it off to all the mates on social media, maybe get a little picture of him on stage and say, hey, look where I'm at. It is a bit cruel.
Yeah, sharing that content would be great. Maybe we need to, or he needs to bring back the Polaroid camera and you can snap it that way and then post it on your Facebook page later. Yeah, right. Do you think it can be quite distracting as a performer? Yeah, if you... Probably not so much at a rock concert or live music concert because it's kind of like they want you to use your phone sometimes, light the place up, like the old lighter thing, you know. But I think for something like a spoken word thing like that, which is a communication between him and the audience, then you don't want someone going like this in front of your face and you know, kind of ruining it for you because it's bad enough trying to see anyway sometimes. So you don't want phones in the air trying to record it. So you know, I think it's done its day. That I think what he's doing is a good thing. What if you're doing your thing, you're doing one of your close-up magic tricks that you've been awarded twice for because you're incredible at it, and somebody catches you out and puts it on social media? How would that make you feel? It's never happened. Do you know why? Yeah. Because you're too quick, innit? I'm older, but I'm faster. Well, speaking of magic, it'd be cruel to our viewers tonight for you not to do a magic trick right here, right absolutely, now. Yeah. Should we do it? Yeah, absolutely. So it's just basically a demonstration of when you look at guys like me, and I am 50-something years old. That's a magic trick in itself. I'm overweight, but I'm still like a ninja, you know, in that respect. So the less I have to do with what I use is good because you know that I'm a liar for a living. So take the cards and give them a bit of a shuffle. I don't want to kind of get too involved. I feel like I should be like watching everything you do because every time. No, you should. You should. I'm going to take my hands away from this. We're going to talk a bit later about fingers being where they should be. I'm going to take my fingers out of the equation. All we need to do, just fan the deck out. And would you just stop me whenever you're ready? Stop. You'll notice that the clicking as the card, it shows you that I'm not going on too far or you've stopped at the King of Diamonds. Could you remember the King of Diamonds? Same for you, obviously, and you're slightly further away. Just stop me whenever you're ready. Now, King of Diamonds, and you stopped at the Jack of Spades. Jack of Spades, yeah. So we have, and the other thing is, Ian, would you take the cards now and just shuffle the deck for me, please? Yeah. There we go. Mine, they're slippy. Are they slippery? The old slippery deck. There we go. All right. Give them a good shuffle. I'm not great at shuffling, I must admit. It doesn't really matter. All right, so that's that. The thing is now is I'm going to ask you to focus on your card. You know the one we stopped at? Yeah, yeah. And just tell me if you can see it in here. I'm going to go through it quite quickly. Stop me when you see your card, Ian, if you would. I haven't seen it just yet. No, just keep going. Still haven't seen it. It's kind of strange, isn't it? I mean, I still haven't seen it. You've only just took the deck from me and shuffled the... My card's not there, Roy. Well, maybe it's not yours. Can you focus on yours? Just kind of keep your eye on the deck for me, please. I'm just going to go through. Again, stop me when you come across it. Is it there, Mel? No. Doesn't look like it, does it? It's not there. We were discussing about taking people for granted and knowing exactly what they're all about. Well, people don't really know what I'm all about. But if I were to show you something here on the table, there's a wallet here I took a card out of.
And inside the wallet there are 2 cards. Could you
reveal them to camera 4, please, Mel? I'd really appreciate that.
Camera 4.
Yes, that is our 2 cards, Roy.
You're very welcome.
Come on, Mel, let's have a clap for that. That's incredible. Never ceases to amaze me. I said it before.
There you go.
All right, next, a new art exhibition shining a light on those who consider themselves outside of social gender conformities has opened in Notts. Performing Gender runs until the 25th of June, and we went to Backlit Studios for a sneaky peek.
Here lies a space offering a safe environment for people of LGBTQ diversities. This exhibition aims to become a social hub within Nottingham with the aim of educating and empowering attitudes towards these communities.
Performing Gender is an exhibition that brings together some really exciting artists and looks at how we deconstruct gender and identity through video art. The exhibition brings together some really big international artists alongside national and local artists, so it's really great to bring together such varied people. And we're also really excited about the discussions that are going to happen with our public programme of talks and events and screenings. I think the future and how people will present and identify is really, really important right now. So we want LGBTQIA audiences to feel welcome here, to come to the space, go on a journey of their own through the artworks and hopefully come back.
The audiovisual art exhibition on gender, identity and sexuality in contemporary society runs until the end of June.
I think because my work always deals with the experiences of my own body, so it's always very personal to me. So it always deals with my own identity. So I guess I think as a gay man as well, it's something I'm very passionate about is kind of ideas of gender and ideas of sexuality and kind of quite rigid stereotypes of those within society and kind of breaking those down.
Backlit is known for bringing together artists at various points in their careers, and it's really important to celebrate that in Nottingham because we have a great history of filmmakers and artists, and we want to support and pioneer and represent the people that are in the city or even nationally that want to present their works in very unusual ways. I think one thing about video art that's kind of a bit more unusual is you kind of can interact with the work in a very different way than you would do maybe in a cinema if it was in a film.
This has been Emily Mulligan for Notts Tonight.
Next, let's move on to an area of Mel's expertise. It was a sad day when Notts County's Lady Pars folded just 48 hours before the start of the Women's Super League season. Owner Alan Hardy said at the time that continuing with the club would have been little short of financial suicide. Now, while the adult team has folded, Notts County still has multiple sides for junior players, which could help them grow into the women's game here in the city. But Mel, take us back to those dastardly days, we could say, because people on Twitter weren't very happy at all across social media. Why did it all happen and why did it fold?
I mean, it was a Women's Super League team that was inherited twofold by Lincoln Ladies and the old ownership of Ray True, so that's the background of it. Financial suicide, and I worked with Alan over that 6-week period to understand how we can make it more commercially sustainable. Fact, it costs £500,000 to run a Women's Super League team with an income of £28,000. So that's back to his point around financial suicide. We went out to the market and to the Football Association to say we need your help, and unfortunately no one stepped up. I think that's a bit of a reality check in terms of women's sport and people's understanding and wanting to kind of make that contribution. We tried everything to enable it to happen, but let's focus on the positive. We now have 3 really strong under-12s teams, a 9s, a 10s and 11. And Alan's and the club's vision is to turn those, young girls into aspiring homegrown talent that in 6 years' time should and could be part of a Women's Super League team that has been developed by the club.
I mean, despite the fact that Alan he said that he did everything he could and explored every avenue possible, how much of a step back do you think it was losing that club in the city?
It was a step back for sure, because we don't now have a professional women's football team. But the 2 of us, supported by the club and lots of people around, explored lots of other options. And unfortunately, it wasn't a reality to be able to kind of take it forward. But again, let's go back to the positive. We have the infrastructure now set up for a Notts County team to succeed over the next 5 to 10 years. And wouldn't it be great and amazing to see someone back on the England team?
Well, we'll get back to that in a moment, because speaking of positives, we got some ladies in Nottingham today to show us their skills.
you'll find here. All you're gonna need, no greed and no fear. At least 3.5 to keep your section in tune. Release and unleash the perfection. This won't stop till the cops cock block and with the 12-gauge stock sweeping me off the block. Cause show us wiggles, pop block, my show got your Betty, your back guaranteed as the show shot. No Grady smash, just the ball head flash. Multiply castles and don't forget we bomb herb stash. Cause these days I pray when take flights. I sleep and smoke all day and work nights. Rock, right or left coast, it's only right I give a toast as the host to all.
Not the greatest advert for women's football, I apologise, but there are some phenomenal players across the country and here in Notts, aren't there, Mel?
Yeah, I mean, the Notts County team had 4 of the starting lineup for the Lionesses. So, yeah, it's been a shame that they all get lost. But, you know, there's lots of people out there that have got amazing talent and, you know, we look forward to getting them moving again.
Briefly, talk about your open water swimming sessions that you've been doing recently.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a bit about it over the last couple of weeks. It's open at Colic, so, you know, Park Life is an initiative that, you know, the City Council have, and we had 93 people in what was 13.5-degree kind of weather, which is good. And I understand that you're going to come and join me in my next session.
I never said that, but I can see him shaking his head. I can see him in a pair of budgie smugglers. I don't know what you reckon.
Get him in there. You've got to get him in there.
Get out in that icy water. All right, when we come back, you can see the highlights of this year's Nottinghamshire County Show. Don't miss it.
Eve only make one mattress, and we believe it's the perfect one. It's made with next-generation memory foam for a cool, tranquil sleep. Simply order online at evemattress.co.uk and we'll deliver it within 3 days. We're so confident you'll love it, we'll even give you a 100-night trial with free return pickup. Eve, everybody deserves the perfect start.
On delicate body parts, skin is more sensitive. Veet Sensitive Precision, the first device from Veet that gently shaves your delicate body parts. Its cutting blades don't touch the skin, so less risk of cuts and great results. Change heads to trim and shape with gentleness and precision. Veet Sensitive Precision.
Limescale could stop things from working like they used to, and although you can't see it, it's the same with your washing machine.
During each wash, limescale builds up in your machine, and the whole thing doesn't work like it used to. My advice, Calgon 2-in-1 in every wash. It helps protect your machine from limescale build-up, and that means a better performing machine.
Washing machines with longer with Calgon.
You love that the days are getting longer, but your legs feel tired and heavy. You can't wait to put them up at the end of the day. Scholl Light Legs Tights, now in 20 denier appearance. The fibre-firm compression hosiery helps to improve circulation and make your legs feel good from morning till evening. Light Legs Tights from Scholl.
Don't put up with this. Finish Quantum cleans tough stains first time. Switch to Finish Quantum.
Steve, can you save hundreds of UK pounds on your energy bills in no time at all with USwitch? Yes, you can.
USwitch. Switching made simple.
This is the answer. New Vanish Gold Foam. So easy to use. I'm just going to rub it in. It feels so soft, much better than just vacuuming.
Don't worry, new Vanish Gold Powder will sort this out. So I just brush it right under, saves moving the bed. Now I'm just going to vacuum it up. See, smells cleaner too. He'll hate it.
With unlimited BT Infinity, you can now go even faster with our free speed giveaway. Giving you speeds of up to 76 megabits for the price of up to 52. That's up to 46% faster for free. And you'll get the UK's most powerful Wi-Fi signal, giving you faster speeds around more of your home. You'll also get free access to 5 million Wi-Fi hotspots when you're out and about. Plus, if you join online before the 18th of May, we'll give you our highest level reward card with £200 to spend. Don't hang around, get all of this in our free speed giveaway. Join today, call 0800 55 2211 or visit bt.com/deals.
What's that gorgeous fragrance I can smell all over you?
Oh, that's just me, darling.
Yeah, right. She's just been washed in Comfort Intense.
Comfort Intense? You mean I can smell as fresh as her? Woohoo!
Comfort Intense, with intense freshness that brings your clothes to life.
Crafted with the finest ingredients for a delicious dessert. Carte d'or. Oh, dessert.
Presenting Comfort Intense Perfume Pearls for our freshness experience like never before. Great on their own, fabulous together.
Welcome back to Not Tonight. Joining me on the sofa this evening, we have magician Roy Bond, who I can't deny simply freaks me out every time I see him, and she's super fit, super encouraging. Let's face it, she's Superwoman. It's Mel Berry. By the way, I've just heard in my ear now, hashtag Roy's Budgie Smugglers, trending on Twitter as we speak, so you're doing well. All right, next. There'll have no doubt been an abundance of stressy teenagers today as the GCSE season officially began. Thousands of school pupils across sat down for their exams. It can, of course, be an incredibly difficult time for them, but also for you parents. I imagine it's tough to find a balance between encouragement and pressure to succeed. Well, joining me now is emotional wellbeing expert Jackie Wilson.
Hello.
Jackie, how are you?
Fabulous, me, yeah.
Not like I imagine some students out there getting ready for their GCSEs. It can be quite a stressful time, can't it?
It's a very pressured time, absolutely.
As a parent, what can you do to maybe spot the signs that it's maybe getting a bit too much?
Well, I suppose for young people, they tend to, withdraw a bit, and they could be more emotional, so irritable or angry little outbursts. And it could be just a sign that they're not coping and they think that there's a lot going off in the mind for them. And that is the point where you kind of have to sit them down and say, how are you?
Yeah. And despite in hindsight, when you look back at that period of time in your life, you think, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal. But when you're in it, in that moment, it can be massive in your life, can't it? And how do you know as a parent that there's something you need to do and that you need to step in?
Step in as a parent? Well, just by noticing those signs and actually sitting down with that child and asking them what's going on, how they're managing, do they want to talk about it? Because I think the biggest thing is actually to connect with your child, your teenager, when they're struggling. They might not feel that that's what they want, but it is the most crucial thing to feel understood and to be listened to and to have their feelings acknowledged. Because quite often they think they're wrong and, they've got all these thoughts going off in their mind that are troubling them, and that's creating all these negative thoughts.
And what about the kids themselves then? How do they battle with that pressure? Because of course you want to do well and pressure can be good, but you don't want too much of it, do you?
No, absolutely. And I think, the whole thoughts thing, I might fail, it's too hard, I'm not going to remember it all, that overwhelm, that's what parents particularly need to kind of sit down with them and realise. But the students, if you can acknowledge what you're thinking, that you're worried about failing, if you think about what you actually do want, which is to succeed, it puts you in a different mindset, because when you're in that mindset, you can then go, okay, so I want to succeed, how can I succeed? So it might be to spend so long revising, make sure I take breaks to kind of de-stress. There's certain things you can do to get yourself in the right mindset, and it just depends where you are and how you cope with it. So I think it's really important to catch those thoughts, notice the negative thoughts that are going on, and then try and shift it to what you do want.
Roy, kids are under pressure really early doors these days, aren't they? Like you've got your SATs, you've got your GCSEs, you've got your A-levels, it just gets heavier and heavier. As you as a performer, do you think pressure's a good thing, and do you think you can ever be subjected to high pressure too early?
Yeah, you can be subjected to it too early. And because you're too young, you haven't got, like you said, about the coping mechanisms to deal with it. You can channel that, like you said, quite rightly said. You can take it from that aspect and put it into that aspect. And for me as a performer, I don't suffer with stress pre-performance anymore. It's not a thing for me. But I do like people giving me a hard time when I perform. Yeah. Because then I get a kick off that. And it makes me, it gives me a surge of adrenaline, which makes me a little bit more adventurous, shall we say, and a little bit more left field, shall we say. So I use that.
Use it to your advantage.
But I know it when I feel it. I can feel it in my head and in my body. So.
Well, it's not just exams and stuff, is it? It's the same for young sports people.
Yeah, and you know, pressure I think is good when it's kind of channeled and kind of used appropriately. You know, I grew up in a swimming world where, you know, from probably the age of 9, you know, there was that pressure to stand up on a block and do. And I think, you know, the key thing out of that is, again, a really good coaching system and a good, really infrastructure that helps people to be able to kind of deal with it, channel it and use it and excel from it.
Jackie, if you've got an exam the next morning, what's the best way to relax?
First of all, connect with your breath. Really crucial, because when you actually control your breath, you're taking that part of the mind or the brain that takes you into that fight or flight, that worry, that anxiety. So if you tune into your breath and even just take 5 breaths by like that, up and down your finger, real big breaths in and out, actually brings you into an immediate state of calm. And then you can do something which calms your nervous system down, which is called the whole brain integration. So it gets your left hemisphere working, your right hemisphere working by integrating them, which is cross your ankles, cross your wrists, interlace your fingers.
I'll do it as we speak.
Say, I am calm.
I am calm. Jackie, you've chilled me right out. Thank you so much for coming in, and good luck to anybody sitting their GCSEs. All right, loads of cows, sheep, horses and pigs. No, I'm not talking about the Notts TV Christmas party. One of the oldest county shows in the country returned to Newark this weekend. Thanks for the laughs, everybody. None. The Nottinghamshire County Show was the first of the season, and Sophia Ratcliffe was there.
David Lambert with the Aussie chap. That's very lively shire.
Thousands of people made the most of the warm weather this weekend at the Nottinghamshire County Show at Newark Showground. The event had a variety of attractions for all ages, which promoted Nottinghamshire's thriving agricultural industry. From small beginnings, the show has come a long way since its start-up in the late 1800s.
Well, the show started off as a shop window for farming. It was the place where farmers could come and parade their wonderful animals and talk to each other about food and farming. But it's gradually become much more of a public show, and it's a great place for people who come from Newark and Nottinghamshire and Retford and all around to actually come and find out about the great thing that is Nottinghamshire farming industry.
The county show educates and encourages the younger generation to learn about British agriculture and farming. Children were able to meet producers, farm animals and come up close to machinery.
I think it's a fantastic opportunity for children to actually go and see the equipment that sort of farmers now use, which is surprisingly modern, but it gives them a real connection to actually where their food is coming from and the people that sort of produce it. So.
Arts and crafts, food and drink stalls were also a big pull to the event. Exhibitors were welcomed to promote and sell their goods.
Here today promoting the industry, the British farmers, trying to get the awareness raised to the public and say look for the red tractor because it's high welfare. Animals are reared to a high welfare standard.
We're on the Notts Derbyshire border. We're based in Clown, near the village of Creswell, which is in Nottingham, and we just take the honey straight from the hive and into the jar, which gives us a pure honey.
So we're based in Radcliffe-on-Trent in Nottingham. I started baking chocolate brownies for sort of family and friends, and I thought I'd give this a go at farmers markets, and it's kind of just gone from there.
Organic is really important. Organic means that we don't use any sort of nasty chemicals, pesticides, whilst we're growing the fruit and veg.
We actually do come to Nottingham itself quite regularly into the town centre, and people seem to be very passionate about what they eat.
The Nottinghamshire County Show will be back in 2018. Sophia Ratcliffe for Notts Tonight.
Looked like a lovely afternoon. Now, for this next chat, I need a little prop. Can I have it? Lovely. Right, this, an avocado. This next chat is not for the squeamish. How could this lovely green fruit cause serious injury? Well, the term avocado hand has been thrown around in the news a lot recently, defined as a serious stab or slash injury resulting from failed attempts to penetrate the fruit's hard outer casing with a sharp knife before encountering the inner stern. So, if you're thinking of prepping one for your dinner tonight, hold fire. We went to Cartwheel Cafe to find out the correct and safe way to do it.
We're here in the kitchen of Cartwheel with Chef Alex. You're going to show us how you do it, right?
Yeah, we try. You need to check how they are, if it's mature or it's been green, because there's 2 ways to cook it, okay? And I will show you with the mature one. It's very simple, okay? Get a sharp knife and you go around the avocado, okay, with your fingers. Just remember it's a stone inside, and the stone is quite slippery, so you can slice your fingers. So just be careful, go around slowly, okay, till you get around, twist it, and if you press the avocado, the stone will come out. Simple as that, okay? Now with a green one, it's similar, it's the same way, but when you get into the middle, you will use a spoon to enter it. Never use a knife or never use your hands, okay? That's the way to do it.
Be safe out there, people. Now, Kate Chaplin has just appeared like magic, Roy. You saw that?
No, you're welcome.
There is a reason for that, because you have experienced avocado hand first.
I have indeed, yes.
Tell us about the story. What happened?
Can we just have a bit of sad music or something?
Smallest violin.
There we go.
Hold it. Does this bring back horrible memories?
It's horrible. It's making me feel all funny. No, so when I was only 16 years old, Ian, I was working in a sandwich shop and I was there. It was busy. It was lunchtime. There was no avocado left on the counter, so I had to run out the back, get the avocado, went to slice it. Instead of using a big knife, used a little one, and it slid straight off into my hand. Big scar.
Show that scar. Show that scar.
You can't
the scar
see
to
it.
prove it.
And it came out the other side. Came out there.
Look at that. Avocado hand.
An operation and everything
Danger.
to fix the tendon.
Mel, you ever had it?
No, I sliced and diced one this morning in the appropriate way, so I feel happy, and it's a
Well
Monday
done
motivation.
You've nailed it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Roy?
Yeah.
Just hold this avocado. This is really one of the most serious questions I've ever asked. Does that remind you of Snodgecumber from the BFG?
Before my time, I'm afraid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, well, moving swiftly on. That's what it makes me think of. Roy, has it ever happened to you?
No. I generally a bit precious over my fingers, if I'm honest with you.
Oh.
So I might eat that, but it would have to have been done by someone else.
Right. Have you ever had any sort of injuries while in the kitchen?
Just burns. Generally, nothing.
Right.
Oh, well, I wouldn't recommend doing it anyway, because I've got
No.
no feeling in this side of my finger anymore.
Oh, well, there you go. I think it's time for me to conclude this conversation with the fact that I don't think anybody's as stupid, sorry, I can't even speak, I ruined that, with Kate Chaplin. No one's as stupid as you.
Thank you, my love.
Massive thanks tonight to Mel and to Roy. Kate and I will be back tomorrow night. But until then, bye. Do you want to say bye? Bye. Do you want to say bye? Bye. Bye.